If you own a business, particularly one that deals with the general public, you know that fielding phone calls from people who need you can be overwhelming. You want to get to them all, but it's challenging. Now, there's literally a better answer than what you've been doing. Patricia Scott is the president of A Better Answer, and Brian Scott is the VP, and they join me now.
Good
Welcome.
Morning. Thank you. Good
Thank
morning.
you so much for being here. So, for people who don't know what A Better Answer is, can you describe it for us?
We are a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week, 365 days a year business. Our lights never go out.
Okay.
We take calls for medical practices, after hours, emergencies, and routine calls, and the general public. Anything that you do as a job, we'll take your message.
So describe to me the types of calls that you get specifically again.
Well, we take the medical calls. We can get anything from a child who's running a fever of 104, and we have to dispatch it to the pediatrician on call. Or we might have an HVAC guy who's out in his truck. We take the message, text it to him, and then he calls the person back.
So a business can reach out to you and say, hey, I need this service, help me out. I'm overwhelmed.
Absolutely.
And you guys will do that.
We will do it 24 hours a day.
And how long have you been doing this?
It'll be 39 years in May.
My goodness, 39 years, and you're right here in Bel Air, correct?
Bel Air, Maryland.
Wow, that's impressive. What keeps you guys keep doing this for 39 years?
I just don't want to retire. So we've been doing this a long time, and we're very happy with it.
Yes. So how many calls do you get in a day?
Well, it'll average. Some days are busier than others, but you can go between 1,300 and 2,500 calls inbound calls on a given day.
Inbound calls?
That doesn't count the outbound or the text messaging outbound or actually email receipt of service calls from some of our people.
And then how many employees do you have then to field that many?
Well, we schedule throughout the day, of course, but we do employ about 18 employees that are in our operations center, and so it's a little bit of a juggling act to go based on activity, but about 18 people.
I mean, you're making it work. 39 years, the proof is in the pudding there.
Yep.
And so I had this example for you before. When I'm calling like the doctor's office and they're on vacation or they're out on lunch, it would be your service that I would be reaching to, or that I would get.
That's correct, and each office has a different protocol to follow. Some doctors' offices want us to put a voicemail message at lunchtime. Others want us to take a live call and keep the person on hold and patch them to a backup number. Every account is different, and the protocol that drives it is what that doctor wants or what that company wants. We don't make up the information, they supply it.
So you handle it according to what those customers want,
what
those businesses want. Now, people are going to watch and they're going to wonder about sensitive information. So if I'm calling the doctor's office and I have an issue that it could be a little bit sensitive, how do you handle those sorts of calls?
First of all, when an employee is hired, he or she signs a confidentiality statement, knowing very well that what we discuss inside the building is one thing, but when they go home, they don't discuss anything that's happening there. Plus, we're HIPAA compliant, and we try our very best to follow all the rules and regulations as the federal government stipulates. When you go into an office and sign a paperwork for your privacy, it's the same thing with us. No message is taken and written down. It's all in the computer and archived, and then we do not email the messages. We do it all under the HIPAA compliance.
All right. All right. So if a business is watching now and they're like, you know what, I really need this service because I'm overwhelmed, how do they reach out to you? What do they do?
Well, they could call our office at 410-879-8600 or our toll-free 1-800-346-2517, or go to our website at www.abetteransweronline to check us out, get some information, and actually can file, and they can click and make a call off the website too and contact us, and we'll be happy to speak to them.
Yeah, yes, 24/7.
We'll be there.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We really appreciate it, and we'll be right back with more Midday Maryland right after the break.